Go off. Go off. Go off.
Welcome everyone. Today is my early bird show, the Scoop with Fari. I been promoting the heck out of this day because I let everyone know that I will be doing a show on natural and unnatural healing, well, versus unnatural healing with my girl Latanya, that is. She is a natural healer. She has been in this healing industry for many years, and she has a lot to bring to the table. She wants to tell y'all about what it is and what it takes to naturally heal self without having to go to the doctor and take all those medications and so forth that is actually poisonous and actually contradicts the natural healing process. So that's really what we're going to be talking about today: natural remedies. We'll also speak a little bit on this COVID-19 thing, and we'll also get into her actual business, which is Take of the Herbs. It's off the chain. I done checked out her website a few times, to see what she has going on. She has a lot going on similar to what I do, and then some. She has, I looked at her website, she has oral care. She has she has stuff for the men's hair, beards, all kind of good stuff on there. Goodies. And I'll show y'all the website on my screen soon. But I want to bring her to the show, and we're definitely going to have this build on natural healing versus unnatural healing. This is something everyone needs to know, especially during these times. Like I said on my actual page, Fari X, I have 30 something thousand followers on there. I did not know how active you all were. So I've been coming to my main page to actually stream live. I will start streaming on my Fari X page, the one with 30,000 followers, for my next show. But like I was saying there, it's very important that we learn to naturally heal ourselves, because it's the ignorance that's actually killing ourselves, not the pills that we're going to take. It's us not having that knowledge. It's that lack of knowledge, and basically us following and just listening to what doctors say instead of doing the research on those medications that you're putting into your body. Don't just take the medicine because a doctor's saying, here, take this medicine. Why don't you do the research on what that medicine is? Let's find out what's inside of that medication before you put it into your body. All it's doing to you is suppressing the pain, suppressing whatever is going on, the ailment that's going on. It's definitely a natural herb, oil, some type of plant that will heal what is going on with you without you putting drugs into your body. So again, I'm gonna welcome Miss Latanya to my show.
Peace. How's
Peace,
everybody? Peace.
peace. So I had to give them a quick little introduction on who you are, and I'm gonna let you go into, in depth more so with what you do and everything. But I just had to let them know, this is definitely about, natural versus unnatural healing. And
Right.
just, a lot of people don't really understand what we mean by the natural versus unnatural, or the organic versus inorganic. They really don't understand when we say this. A lot of people get organic and natural kind of tied together like it's the same exact thing,
Right.
when there's a little difference between both, even though they do have similarities, but they do, people have to understand how important it is to healing,
Right.
and how much natural healing will make their lives longer. You know what I mean? Will lengthen their lifespan, instead of decrease it.
Right.
And we're also going to be talking about, the power of forgiveness, like it says on, the title and everything of the show. So yeah, let's get into, who you are, what you do. Let's do this.
Okay.
Introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Latanya Kefa's Love. Um, Latanya Kefa's Love. I'm here because I care and I love for myself and for others. So
Right.
when I think about the health of us, it's it can be concerning sometimes because we may take certain things for granted. So when I see that, and when I witness it, and I also do it myself, and I experience it from other people, it kind of it touches me to an extent, because I know they say health is wealth, but health is actually love. Health is life. And so that's why I wanted to do Take of the Herbs. That's why I wanted to present to everyone um, about herbalism, about natural healing, about caring for yourself, about love.
Right, right, right. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people say, I love you. I really love my people, but it's not really what they're saying. What they're saying
Right,
is not really what they mean, I should say, because
right,
it don't show in their actions,
right,
but
right.
with you, it shows in your actions. It shows the things that you do,
Right.
the products that you create and so forth. It shows that you have that love for our people.
Mhm.
Um, so what led you into the complementary and alternative medicine industry?
Okay, first, it was my grandmother.
Hmm.
She was the nurturer of the whole family, of everyone, and so that was automatically inside of me internally. It was just something, just natural nature to me, and
Right.
so all of that knowledge and wisdom was inside, and I just wanted to keep going with what I knew and grow more. And I didn't really take those steps at the beginning, and I guess nature knew what I wanted to do, so people were put in place for me
Hmm.
in order for me to learn what I needed to learn to grow with herbal
Absolutely.
healing, with natural healing, with healing ourselves and healing others.
Right,
So I
right,
took so
absolutely.
yeah, so I took steps. I took steps
Absolutely.
to figure out how to cure naturally. You don't
And
have
it's a
to
process.
excuse me.
It's a
Right,
process.
right,
It's a process
right,
too. It's not something that we learn just overnight. It takes
right,
years of trial and error and trying to figure out how to do it and which way to do it, and you
right,
know, you know that the adverse reactions from certain things that we mix together and so forth. So it's definitely trial and error as well. I,
right,
I
right.
understand. I do understand you. Same way with me when I actually decided to take it seriously and actually start
Mhm,
helping others, and I guess you would say
mhm,
like gain like profit from it. I had
mhm,
to really
mhm.
think like, okay, what's the best thing I should do for these people? I'm not trying to harm no one either. You know what I mean? So it took a lot of research, a lot of studying, and lots of lack of
Right,
sleep, just trying to figure
right,
out
right,
what is
right.
best, like
Exactly.
same with you, it was just my great grandma. I was actually raised by my great grandparents for the most part, and
Okay,
my
okay, okay.
grandparents. Yeah, so my great
Mhm,
grandma, she didn't really give me medication and so forth. Well, prescription
mhm.
medication, that is. She gave me earth's medication, you
Right,
know,
right. That's right.
to help us heal whatever was going on and so forth. I remember when I had caught chicken pox, my great grandmother,
Mhm.
to this day I still don't really know what it was that she had formulated, but she made something and
Right,
she just
right,
started rubbing it all over me. And
right.
the doctor
Exactly.
had gave her some type of cream for it, but she didn't use it. Matter of fact, she did try it on me, but it wasn't working, I
Mhm.
guess, like that, because I was still
Right,
digging.
right,
So she
right,
sat there, went in the kitchen and made something and just put it all over my skin. And I was like,
right.
whoa, like it just wasn't hurting, it wasn't itching, none of that stuff. And I was like, my great
Mhm.
grandmother is like real. She's a superwoman. I was like, dang, this woman is
Mhm.
magical. So
Right,
it
that's
started
right.
with my great grandma, just like it started with your grandma, just kind of watching and learning and so forth. So I do understand what you're saying. And it's so important to have our grandparents around, especially our grandparents that are so in tune with nature, in tune with
Right,
self, because they're the ones that will teach us about that natural healing process.
right, right.
And and they're the realest too. They're upfront. They're so honest. They'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you how it is. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. That's
that's good
right.
that you had your grandma for that. Um,
Yes.
something else. We're supposed to be talking about forgiveness on this show,
Mm-hmm.
and I made a video many years ago about the power of forgiveness. It's on
Okay.
my
Okay.
other page,
Okay.
and when you when I asked you, I said, "What are some of the things you think you might want to talk about on the show?" You said forgiveness. I was like, she onto something here. She onto
Mm-hmm.
something because that's something that I speak about often. And would you say that forgiveness, the power of forgiveness, is intertwined with natural healing in a way? What would you
Mm-hmm.
say about that? If so, what is why? Why do you think forgiveness is a part of healing?
Okay. Because if you can't, like, okay, think about it. If you can't forgive yourself and you don't have peace within yourself,
Mm-hmm.
how can you really heal?
Right.
You
Right.
know what I mean? How can you heal yourself or how can you heal anybody else? So
Right.
when we think about forgiveness, we think about a lot of times dealing with situations with external people, other people outside of ourselves, with what somebody has like done to us. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To affect
Mm-hmm.
us in some type of way that we felt um it shouldn't have been done, or maybe somebody, maybe what we call crossed us or betrayed us in some form. So we look at that
Mm-hmm.
in those situations to where we have to forgive those people externally, but a lot of times we forget about forgiveness within ourselves. It's like, what about you? What about us?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What
Mm-hmm.
about this being? What about me internally, me forgiving myself for the things that I've done, and me forgiving myself for feeling guilty about certain things that has transpired in my life that I feel that I should have been able to take control of, but I didn't. And I'm speaking in general terms for like everybody, because we all have those situations, you know.
Right. Right.
All everybody's situation is different. But there's, I'm sure with everybody that's listening, I'm sure that's like one thing that you probably feel a little guilty about that happened in your life. And if you don't and you've
Mm-hmm.
released it, that's a great thing. But remember that you have to forgive yourself. Forgive
Mm-hmm.
yourself, you know, and then you can release,
Mm-hmm.
you
That's
know.
abs-
And
that's
so
absolutely correct.
right. And so the way that what you said intertwined with natural healing is that you open your seats, you open your chakras, you open your mind to be clearer and to be lighter with what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing. So that way you're not I would say going against what's good for you, because that's a very possible thing. You can go against what's for you, what's good for you, because you're angry. I don't want it. I don't want a salad right now. I'm upset. I don't want to eat these strawberries. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Or I don't want to
Mm-hmm.
deal with you right now when somebody's talking to you, saying something to you to help you. You don't want to hear it. I don't want it. But those things that we're rejecting when we're upset and we're angry, or things that we may need to intake to cool us off, to
Right.
relax our being, the proper foods, the proper things to drink, being able to communicate with the right people that are around for us. So it definitely intertwines, because
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to accept and receive things that are good,
Right,
you
absolutely.
know.
Absolutely. And another thing with forgiveness, once you're able to forgive, like you said, that it starts with self, and I
Mhm.
always tell everyone that, like, the shit definitely starts with you.
It
Once you're
does,
able
it
to,
does.
if once you're able to forgive, everything
Right.
else, and
Excuse me.
forgive yourself for even allowing yourself to get upset over whatever it is. Forgive yourself for that,
Right.
because yes, that you have all right to be upset over whatever it caused you to
Right,
feel that kind of
exactly, you're
way,
right, that's
but
right.
it's also up to you to let go of that pain, let go of that emotion. You know what I mean?
Right,
It's up
that's
to
right.
you, because that type of emotion actually kills you. That kills you
Yes, it
slowly.
does.
It slowly
It
kills
does.
you.
Right.
So
Right, right.
you
That's
have
right.
to, you can't sit there and just be upset all the time over something that happened 15 years ago, something that happened
Right,
10
that's
years
right.
ago, something that happened
Exactly.
even 2 hours ago. You got to let stuff
Exactly.
go. Just let it
Hmm.
go, cool off, let it go. because it's really messing you up when it's all said and done. Not the other person, but you. The
Right,
other
right,
person
that's right.
fine. The other person's fine
Right,
while you're
exactly.
depressed, while you're
Exactly.
angry,
Mm-hmm.
while you're crying. The other person fine living their life, but you're
Right.
destroying
Right,
your
that's
life
right.
being upset over them and whatever this person did. So it's definitely like, yes, that's a form of natural healing. It's forgiveness. Once you
Mm-hmm.
forgive, you can just move on from there. And a lot of
Right.
people don't really understand that. And another
Right.
thing, just because you forgave someone does not mean that you have to keep
Mm-hmm.
dealing with that person either.
No, it
You
doesn't.
know,
Right, that's right. No,
that's
right.
that's also a part of healing. Don't allow
Right.
someone to keep affecting you that way.
Right,
Don't
that's right.
allow that, because then that is you causing harm onto yourself, not them.
Right, that's right. Right, that's right.
So you do not have to keep dealing with someone. You can forgive them and still leave them alone, and
Right, that's fine. That's
love them
okay.
or like
Right.
them from a distance. Or
Right.
don't like them at all, but still forgive them for what they did, but just leave them alone. you
Right.
know Simple as
It's
that.
right. It's called forgiveness, but it's not called, hey, I have to be around you. You know what I mean? I have to be in your
Right,
presence. I forgive you,
right,
but I don't have to continue to deal with you. You know what I mean? I forgive
exactly.
you and I love you, but I need to separate myself from this situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But once we come together on accord correctly,
Mm-hmm.
then
Exactly.
maybe we can, I would say, coincide and coexist in that same space once we
Mm-hmm.
both, or once we all realize, our
Right.
actions, not just use the word forgiveness just because that word exists, but actually feel it, actually contribute to that attribute,
Live
not just
to
speak
that
it.
word. Yeah,
Right,
live
right,
by it. Live by it.
right, right. That's right.
Because if you forgave someone, you're not gonna keep going on and on about whatever it is that they did. That's
Right,
gonna
that's
be
right.
long gone and in the past. Like, that's just okay,
Exactly.
whatever. Whatever, it doesn't
Exactly.
happen, whatever. So and a lot of people who hold on to pain and so forth, they already have other issues going on within themselves.
Right, that's
you
right.
know they already have other issues going on within themselves, that they're sitting there holding on like a tight rope, to
Mm-hmm.
pain,
Mm-hmm.
or to something that someone did to them. They already have other underlining emotional issues,
Right, that's
because
right.
it's just not normal, and it's not a natural thing to hold on to stuff like that, because there's so much going on in life to be worried
Yeah.
about something that happened hours ago, or even years ago, for that matter.
Mm-hmm. That's
You
right.
know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? So and I stress that a lot to people. You gotta live and let go. Live and just
Exactly.
let go.
Exactly.
Let go. And just
Exactly.
don't deal with certain people. But yeah, forgiveness, that's the key to healing. There's another thing. That's the key to healing, definitely. What
Is
you
it?
over there sipping on?
Hmm?
What you over there drinking on? I seen you
Oh,
pick up your
I have spring water
cup. Okay. You and
and I
I both.
have hibiscus tea.
Oh yes, girl. That's that natural healing right there. We finna get into that too. Yes. Okay. So, you know what? Let's talk about these pharmaceuticals. All right.
Hmm. Hmm.
Let's talk about three medications. What
Okay.
three medications do pharmacists prescribe to people that
Hmm.
that our people do not have to take, and they can have a replacement for?
Okay. That's a good question. But can I answer it a little different? Can I answer it a
Do
little? Okay. Okay. I would like
do
to.
what you do.
Excuse me. I wanna answer it a little differently. Because of a disclaimer, you know what I mean? You may have people that's watching that may be on certain medications, and just because we're having this conversation about not needing a particular medicine, they go stop their medication and don't fall out because I say, you know what I mean?
Right, 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 right.
You have to go through the steps and the stages when you take herbs, and you have to know what you're doing. You have to correct your diet when you're coming from things that are toxic to the system. So, um, so I would like to maybe elaborate on everyday things that we can change that are simple, because not everybody is on medication. So, but everybody has to eat nutritional
Mm-hmm.
meals, and everybody needs to like drink certain things that are good for the system. So, I know turmeric. That's something that everybody uses. Turmeric. It has multiple properties, but I know you have a lot of elders that suffer with Alzheimer's. If you do your research on turmeric, turmeric actually stops. It puts a halt to Alzheimer's. So it whatever it is that's going on in the brain that's causing like the blockage from where the oxygen can't reach correctly, turmeric helps with the inflammation that's blocking that issue. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's something that you can use in your food when you cook. It's great for inflammation. It's great if you have a cold. It's immune system building. So um, what else is good? Ginger. Ginger. Everybody has ginger in the kitchen. Use ginger more often. And if you don't have ginger, go out and get ginger. And when you go out and purchase things, make sure they're organic. But right now everything is going on where they may be just putting titles on things, but organic is good. But ginger, that's also good for. I know you can elaborate because you're a herbalist also on this. It's also great for stimulating the blood, right? Circulation, right? Inflammation, right? If you want to come on in and chime
Joint,
in.
ginger is good. Ginger and turmeric are good for joint inflammation,
Hmm.
blood circulation,
Yes.
memory loss.
Yes.
Is good for also repairing of the skin. If you have
Mhm.
cuts and wounds on your skin, just intaking those alone will help repair your skin. Another thing that
Right.
also helps with memory loss, since you were speaking on like Alzheimer's, dementia, is rosemary. If you add
Yes.
rosemary to
Mhm.
your food, rosemary also helps with memory loss. And that's for
Mhm.
people for the elders who suffer from memory loss, and even for younger people who have so much going on in their lives, just putting rosemary in your food when you cook will help with memory loss. So just that's a tip
Right.
too
Right.
for all
That's
y'all
right.
that cook. Add rosemary to your food. I put rosemary in my food all the time.
Mhm.
All the time
Right. I do
because
too.
it's just so much
You
going
don't
on.
need much either. Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't need
and
much.
that's another thing
Yeah.
too. You cannot mix certain herbs with each other either when you
Right.
cook.
That's right. That's right.
Certain herbs
Right.
cannot be mixed together. Like it's not good to mix rosemary and marjoram. You shouldn't mix those two
Mhm.
together like that because it could
Right.
cause adverse reactions. So just put a little bit. It's a little dab, but it
Right.
definitely
Right.
helps.
Just a
You
little
can
bit.
also get the oils as
Mhm.
well. If you can come
Right.
across some organic essential oils that are ginger,
Yes.
that
Yes.
are turmeric,
Yes.
that are rosemary, and you can actually mix those three together and mix it with like a carrier oil, sweet almond oil. You can use grapeseed oil, olive
Mhm. That's
oil.
right.
You
Right.
can mix those together and
Right.
kind of just rub them on your scalp, rub them on your temple, rub them on the back of your nape line. You can even rub it on your
Right.
wrist, when you lay down at night, and that helps with the memory as
Right.
well. So, and other things, depression, anxiety, so forth. So continue. Yes,
Mhm.
continue,
That's
continue,
right.
continue. So what
And
else?
also,
Oh, let's see. Do you have anything for high? Yes, I do. Do you have anything for high blood pressure? I know I do. Do you have anything for high blood pressure?
high
That's,
blood pressure.
that's what
Number
someone just asked.
one. That's what somebody just asked. Okay. Your screen, it kind of froze up. I'm not exactly sure if mine did or not, but if it
It's
didn't,
your screen froze.
high blood pressure. I would say the first thing is to
Turmeric
watch what you eat. You'll
and
need to
turmeric helps with
you're
that.
right. You'll
Yes.
need to change. Yeah, you'll need to begin to change what you eat. If you consume a lot of sodium, if you consume a lot of meats, uh, uh, in particular pork, not knocking if you eat pork, that's what you do, that's your thing. Pork, salty, if the beef, the those things that may have a lot of sodium in it, you can, if you cut back on that and start eating more green vegetables, if you start eating more fruits, if you start drinking, of course, water, if you start relaxing a little more, um, uh, uh, let's see. And as far as herbs, I would say chamomile. Chamomile is great. It's a relaxing herb. And that's really good because if you have high blood pressure, that goes into your environment also. So a lot of things can be changed naturally, just little small like things that you can do in your environment to bring blood pressure. There's things that you can do for that. Um,
Absolutely.
bananas are high in potassium. Coconut milk instead of vitamin D milk, things
Mm.
like that. Yeah. I don't know
Yes,
if I was cut off the whole time, but your screen was off, so I just kind of kept talking because I didn't know the
my screen
situation.
went
So
off.
yeah, it was frozen. It was frozen.
Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. Okay. My
Right,
bad, y'all.
right.
I didn't know my screen froze. All right. So as you spoke about, bananas are also good for pain, also good for migraines and headaches as well. Bananas.
Right, that's
Um,
right. That's right.
someone asked about for sleep. All right. So I got a couple of pills in front of me and herbs. So
Mm-hmm.
speaking about for this right here,
Okay, I can't I see. Is it
tart cherry extract. You see this?
oh
This right
wow.
here.
Oh yes. Yes. You know what? I
Okay,
had
so
some last night. I have some.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
yes, tart cherry extract actually helps with muscle soreness, muscle pains. It
Yes.
helps with these rheumatoid arthritis, gout, and it
Yes, it
also
does.
helps with sleep. So if you're having sleep issues,
Yes.
also try tart cherry extract for sleep issues because it will
Mm-hmm.
help you go to sleep. So
Right.
that's something you can try, and it's natural. Also, you can eat more cherries itself.
Yes, yes, you
Just
can. That's
cherries.
right. That's right.
Intake some
Mm-hmm.
cherries. You don't actually have to go to the supplement. You can go to the real thing and just eat cherries.
Right.
Cherries help.
Right. Right.
Um,
Right. And of course, it's good for your blood also. And especially being melanated, it's actually great for the melanin. It helps clean the blood. It helps uh detox. It's a natural detoxifier.
mhm.
It's antitoxin, of course, because of you know the purities in the cherries. All berries are antitoxin. All berries, strawberries, blueberries, uh, raspberries, cherries,
Froze again.
elderberries, what
Hmm.
all of those are antitoxins also. So it'll help with your blood as well. So
It
so yeah,
does.
just wanted to kind of add to it. Just wanted to add to that a little.
Yes, the cherry extract is very good for you. Okay, someone asked you a
Mhm.
question. So let me put this on the screen for you.
Okay. I can't really see it. What does it say? I can't. Okay, they
How do
said
you
so
sweeten
for the chamomile. How do you? What I can't. How do you
how do you
sweeten it?
sweet it? Are you asking if you should put
Okay,
sugar in it? Is
okay.
that what you're asking?
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Well, if you want to go, well, I would just say like just a little bitty touch of honey, or even if you have date sugar, because if you're trying to relax, you don't want. Honestly, everybody, I drink all of my herbal teas. I don't care how bitter they are. I drink them all really without any honey, and I just like do my shots of honey. And every now and then, if I feel like it, because it makes your tea a little smoother, you can do the honey. But actually, it's probably best if you just drink it just plain, honestly, because that's something that's relaxing to the body and relaxing to the system. So you want to just go ahead and just keep that, relaxation going, because that's good for your blood pressure. That's good for a lot of things. Uh, and that's what you would actually be taking chamomile for. It's for relaxation. If you have
Mm-hmm.
hypertension, anxiety, that's
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I if you're if you're just a little like jumpy sometimes, or things like can scare you, the smallest sound that you hear, something like that, drinking throughout the day, I would say maybe once or twice or maybe three times, depending on your environment that you're in, would be like really really good for you. It would be excellent for you to just drink and relax, and
Right, it
take. But
does.
but as far as sweetening it, it's your preference. A little touch of honey, a little touch of agave, a little touch of date sugar if you can. And but I don't really do the sugars. I don't do
Mhm.
the molasses either because what is that? That's just sugar with like something on it, right? Some type of,
Yes,
yeah. So
some type of syrup. It's a syrup
yeah,
in it.
molasses
Yeah,
on it. I'm sorry,
yeah,
excuse me. The brown sugar. I just said the something totally backwards. The brown sugar.
yeah.
It's just white sugar with molasses on it. Excuse me, everybody. It's been a
The
long, long
syrup.
day and
Yeah,
a long night, but I'm here, baby. I'm with y'all. But
it's
yes,
all good. So let me see. I was looking at something else. All right.
it was a
So
long day yesterday.
here's something else. I know that a
Hmm.
lot of
You have the cutest little accent.
people go through. You know, I do. Well, thank you.
Hmm.
Um, I know a lot of people go
You're
through
welcome.
certain pains, and ailments and so forth like that, especially when you hit that 30 plus club.
Hmm.
All the things you were doing when you was in your teens and your early 20s start hitting
Right,
that 30 plus. So here's something
right.
else that can be used. It's called cod liver oil. Okay? Cod liver
Yes,
oil.
that
Yes.
one came from grandma.
Yes.
You can. I'll let you can.
Let me show it again. Let me show it again for y'all. All right, right there. Cod liver oil. All right.
Yes.
That helps with pain. It helps reduce
Mm-hmm.
pain. And it also helps strengthen the immune system. And on top of
Mm-hmm.
strengthening the immune system, it helps fight anxiety and depression.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Okay. Dealing with anxiety and depression, you might want to intake some cod. If you can't get the actual pills, eat some cod. I was just eating
Right.
cod last night. A lot of people don't believe in eating dead bodies, whatever. I eat fish, okay? I like some
Right.
fish. And cod,
Right. Right. Right.
cod helps with anxiety and depression. Okay? I
Right.
was having some anxiety the last couple of days, and I said, I gotta make this cod. So I made cod last night. Cod is
Right.
very,
Right.
very good for those type of ailments. Now, I will say,
Mm-hmm.
if you are pregnant, it is not good to intake cod more than 3 times a month because it's
Right.
high.
Right. That's right.
Yes, the mercury is very high in
Excuse
cod.
me.
So you don't want to intake cod too much, just small meals at a time, that is.
Right.
So
Right. That's right.
yes, peas cud. So yes, cod liver oil definitely helps with pains, joint pains, immune system
Mm-hmm.
building, and it helps with anxiety and depression for those of
Right.
you who deal with that because there's some people who have actually been diagnosed with quote unquote depression and they're
Mm-hmm.
given Zoloft or they're giving Xanax. They're given
Mm-hmm.
certain type of prescriptions that are actually lethal to the body. You can actually go
Right.
and get you some food and eat some food and heal
Right.
that.
Right. That's right.
And like she was saying, the proper rest. Get some
Mm-hmm.
rest. Get some sleep. Stop depending on this prescription medication that's only
Right.
suppressing whatever the issue is. You can actually
Right.
eat something or intake a pill.
Right. And can I chime in
Cod
on
liver.
that
It
also?
helps with depression.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I like to chime in on that. For those who are vegans and you don't want to, take the cod liver oil route. Um, Cod liver oil is your omegas. That's the benefit of your cod liver oil. You're getting it for the omegas, which is your omega 3s, your omega 6, your omega 9s. So to substitute that, if you don't want to take that route, you can do hemp seed oil. It's
Mm-hmm.
number one. It's the king and the queen of the omegas if you're all natural. And I'm not saying excuse me, not saying that cod liver oil is not, but if you are plant-based, excuse me, if
Right.
you are all plant-based, hemp seed oil, and also one more. A lot of people don't agree with black cumin seed oil, but it's excellent. It's really, really good. avocado oil. You can intake avocado oil. And I know you have a lot of people that kind of question the benefits of avocado and the vitamins, but avocado oil has, I think, one of the only contents of vitamin D in it, but that's questionable for from a lot of people because everybody thinks that you can only receive vitamin D from the sun. But avocado oil, if you have that sitting around, you can also take avocado oil also because it's an oil too, so it has multiple benefits. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it, I can't even, I don't even know where to begin with those, but that's
Yes, it does.
also another substitute just for you vegans.
Mm-hmm.
Out there, the plant based, if you want a
And
different
also,
option. Mm-hmm.
and also, I put this B and intake more B12. There's foods. Search the foods that are high in B12. B12 also helps. So take some B12. Get the foods. I think she said earlier about the greens. Eat more greens, darker
Mm-hmm.
greens, preferably. The darker the greens, the better you will be. So
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing. Eat more greens, and like she said, if you're plant based, you don't actually have to intake the cod oil. There's other alternatives. And she also brought up black cumin oil. Now look, there's another difference between the black cumin oil and the actual Nigella sativa oil. They kind of
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people kind of try to pass them off as the one and the same, and they're not actually the same. Black cumin oil is actually good for you, just the
Mm-hmm.
same as the actual Nigella sativa black seed oil. So check
Mm-hmm.
out both. There's just do some research, see what you prefer best, and take it. Some people take 2 tablespoons a day of the black seed oil and so forth. So that's very good as well to
Right.
take. And it will also reduce cold symptoms, the virus, the common cold
Mm-hmm.
virus. It will also help
Mm-hmm.
reduce influenza. Now matter of fact, let's get on
Right.
this
That's right.
COVID-19. Let's get on this COVID-19 thing that's been happening,
Whew.
and just been
Do
going
we have
on and
to?
so forth. Yes,
Do
like,
we have
you know
to?
what,
Do we have to?
like I like I had said on my other page, I don't ever post about it. I don't post about it. I don't
Right.
talk about it or
Right.
nothing like that. It's
Right.
so exhausting just looking at all the polls and all the supposedly everyone becomes a doctor now since COVID
Right.
19 done hit. Everyone's a doctor. Everyone has a remedy. Everyone
Right.
has this. But do you really have the remedy? Did you actually do the research behind it? Do you know what you're talking about? You know. So let's speak about this
Right.
COVID-19. There are ways to get rid of that virus. Natural ways to get rid of that virus quick. Okay. I actually made some products for some of my clients who were diagnosed with COVID-19. Okay. So there's ways to get rid of it. I'm going to tell you one way. The main problem with COVID-19 is the mucus buildup. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you're able to get rid of the mucus buildup, you're able to get rid of the COVID-19 because the
Mm-hmm.
COVID-19 is in the mucus. So if you can get
Right.
rid of the mucus, then you're getting rid of the virus. So
Right.
a way to get rid of that mucus, you can easily get rid of the mucus by steaming. Steaming.
Mm-hmm.
You can
Right. That's right.
steam. It's that simple. It's not as complicated as what the hospital are making it to be. You can steam. You don't really need the herbs, but the herbs are more beneficial when you steam. Boil some hot water, put some herbs in there, get a towel and steam it. Let all
Mm-hmm.
that mucus flow. Have some tissue next to you, whatever it is, but let it
That's
flow
right.
out.
That's
Sweat
right.
it out of your pores, let it flow. Steam. Do some steaming.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's drinks as well. Let's speak about
Yeah.
silver biotics. Silver biotics. Are
Mm-hmm.
you familiar with silver biotics? Like, I got a matter of fact, I got a bottle. Hold on. I brought some things to the table.
Okay.
I can show
Okay.
you all. All
Okay.
right. So
Okay.
silver.
Um. Well, I'm
Are
not
you familiar?
honestly. I'm not 100% familiar with civil biotics, but
Mhm.
I don't want to sit here and say something I don't, that I'm not able to speak on. But just from the name of it, it sounds like you have something that's for the gut, for the digestive system, for the system to put back in the right bacteria in the body. And of course, it's a mineral, of course. So that's something else that you're putting into your blood that the body needs. Is silver. Your body, it's composed of 102 minerals. So, and those minerals are also metals. Also, you have gold and you have right, silver. That's also in the blood. So I'm sure that's
Gold,
to
silver, and
replenish the
copper.
body of what it's right, right.
Hmm.
So I'm sure that's what just from the title now. Um, but you can elaborate on it more, but that's just
Yeah,
from
so
what.
this, with the silver biotics, if you're able to get a hold of some silver biotics, this what silver actually does is it attacks the antibodies that attack what
Mhm.
oh the pathogens. It attacks and can just and destroy
Mhm.
the pathogens that are
Mhm.
avoiding you from building those antibodies. You know, and that's what you need. It's an immune system builder.
Mhm.
Silver biotics has actually cured people who have HIV. You know,
Mm.
it's that powerful. Silver
Right.
biotics.
That's right.
So if you're able to get some silver biotics, get you some. Because it's gonna
Right.
kill.
Right.
If it can destroy a virus as severe as HIV, what about
Right.
pneumonia? What about the cold, the common cold? And so
Right.
forth.
That's right.
So take some silver biotics, maybe a teaspoon a day.
Right.
And take
Right.
it. It's liquid. It looks like water almost. It's kind of clear like this. Mix it.
Right. That's right.
You can mix it with even some of the yeah. You can even mix it with some herbs and just drink it down. Because it's safe to eat a herb.
Mhm.
Obviously, it comes from the plant. Let it soak in some
Right.
herb
That's right.
and just drink it down. But it's definitely worth taking. It will definitely help cure whatever is happening within your system. Herpes.
Right.
Okay, take some silver
Right.
biotics.
Right.
HIV, take some silver biotics. Cancer,
Right.
take some silver biotics. All those major diseases, intake some silver biotics into you.
Right.
Um,
Right.
I was
And I think.
many years.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I'm listening. No,
Oh,
I was
I
going to
was
say also, if I could just say, just add this to it really quick. And I think what's going on with it, why it's so potent and powerful in the system is because the body, we intake our food through the digestive system. It
mm-hmm.
goes down to, to our stomachs. Our stomach breaks it down, and it releases, what it doesn't need, and the body holds what it does. And also the blood. What the blood does is it takes a little bit of the food that's inside of our system and it actually carries it to the cells. So that's kind of what I grasped from Dr. Sebi when he was saying you have to feed the body on a cellular level, on an electrical level, on an electric level. So if you're able to bring something like that so powerful into your bloodstream, and not only into your bloodstream, but it'll carry it to the cells, imagine what it'll do to harmful things that are in your body that's attacking you. It
Mm-hmm.
automatically feeds and superpowers your cells, your good cells, because you have the good cells, you have the bad cells, so they superpower them. They're your little army. They're your little protection inside of you. So that's why I keep going back into what we eat. And I'll continue to say that because that's something that we have to do every day. Everybody has to eat. Be mindful that the foods that you're intaking or going through your digestive system, to your stomach, through your blood, to your cells,
Right,
to
right,
your cells. So you have to focus on the cells. Focus on everyone. We need to focus on our cells. Focus on building those up. You can do that with neem. Neem is excellent, excellent. You can do that with oregon oil. It's
mm-hmm.
excellent. It's excellent. You can do that with coconut oil is not it has its properties, but it's beneficial to the cells also.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, I just wanted to just kind of add, a little bit to that. It just to kind of explains like the
Right, right.
process of what's really going on and how important, y'all. I'm gonna keep stressing how important it is to pick up the right things to put inside of our bodies, yo.
Yeah,
That's really, really, really important. even for your bones. I was just reading the anatomy book to my girls. Even with like your bones, do you know that your bones, just like your skin, you know how your skin sheds? Uh, you know, how many how long does it take your skin to shed? Sis?
Yeah. Every what is it? Every 7 years. Yeah.
Okay, every 7 years. Okay,
Actually,
well, actually,
the actual organ rebuild. It actually rebuilds itself. Though your
right.
skin will shed few years, it starts to shed. Every 7 years, you'll have a whole new shell on your body.
Right. And actually, and with the bones, actually, every year that goes for the bones. Your
Mm-hmm.
bones actually replenish themselves and repairs themselves once a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why, like the elderly, sometimes of course, when you begin to age and you stop taking the right things in your system, your bones begin to get weak. They weaken because you don't think that that's important anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not into it
Mm-hmm.
anymore, or you've experienced what you feel like you've experienced, and you can kind of chill and kick back and do what you want to do, but you can't. You have to put calcium in the system, and I don't mean vitamin D calcium from cows, because you're not supposed to drink from another animal.
Right. Right.
You get weaned from, your mother, and that's that. You move on. But a substitute for that is and I'm talking about the substitute for the calcium would be horsetail. It's a herb called horsetail. It's really,
Mm-hmm.
really good. It's great for calcium. And of course, I know everybody has been seeing like dandelion floating around. Dandelion, very high in calcium. And so them saying that we need cheese and eggs or whatever, you know what I mean, or milk, or whatever they say we need, we really don't. You can really do plant-based everything. I'm not plant-based, but I'm sharing it with everyone. I'm not plant-based at all. I'm a pescatarian. I'll be honest
So
with
am
you.
I. So am I.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So I'm not. But my baby girl, she's actually a fruitarian. And my second girl, I'm sorry, my oldest daughter is a vegetarian slash pescatarian. So, but yeah, so that's really, really important. If we change the way we eat and we eat correctly, all of the medical issues we have will disappear.
Right.
Honestly, they'll
Absolutely.
disappear, and you won't need the hospitals and the medications, because we'll eat right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, that'll take care, that'll eliminate a lot of things. Tumors are caused by like excessive growth of inflammation in the body. So, of course, like the sister said, if you get rid of the inflammation, getting rid of inflammation is like really, really huge to a lot of things. Blockage in the tubal blockage can come from inflammation. Excuse me, that can be one of the causes. So, even with dealing with the female system, if you're having issues, it can be something as simple as what you eliminate from your diet, and which is unnatural, because we're on that topic, and versus what you put in your body that is natural, that can heal you. And
Mm-hmm.
she was speaking on cod liver oil, castor oil. I know we don't like it. Hey, I know, it's just like cod liver oil, but castor oil is excellent for circulation in the body. You can put it on externally on the body, and it will stimulate your blood.
And
It
you
will
know what?
circulate, it will get things flowing. Uh-huh.
Another thing, with people, another, or real quick, Mia asked where you can get the biotics from, so biotics. So to answer your question, you can get it
Mm-hmm.
at any pharmacy. You should be able to get it at any
Right,
pharmacy. You
right,
should be able to. If you cannot find it at your local pharmacy, go to Amazon. Amazon has everything. That's all
right,
I can
right.
say.
And
Amazon
also,
has everything.
everybody, I would
So,
like to say this, since you all are asking. Of course, I have a herbal online business. It's growing. I have skincare, hair care,
mhm.
dental care. I have the sea moss. I have it in the gel form. I have it in the powder form. I have it
And we're gonna
dry.
talk about that CMOS too, girl.
Right. And so a lot of the things that we are talking about, I will also have to present to the public coming, soon, within now and maybe another week or two. So check me out on www.takeoftheor excuse me dot takeoftheherbs excuse me, since I wasn't, you let me get this right, www.takeoftheherbs.org.
It's
Excuse
right
me,
there for
everybody.
them.
Yeah,
Right there for them.
excuse me, everyone. But and
Takeoftheherbs.org.
and and also when you talk about biotics, there's another biotics that people don't talk about much, and the hospitals really don't talk about it. They may give it to you in a situation, but they never speak on it. Probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Probiotics. We need probiotics, especially if you go to the hospital and they give you antibiotics for anything. You have to replace and put back in your system the good bacteria, because your system
That's
will be
right.
wide open. You will be worse off than when you went to the hospital if you leave your system that way. And the medical system does not speak on that to us. So I just want to share
Mm-hmm.
that for everybody. If you're going to the hospital and you're taking, excuse me, hospital and you're taking antibiotics, make sure you go out, get probiotics. They have liquid form, they have capsule forms. And also do the research yourself. She can give you all her knowledge. I can give you all my knowledge, but hey, it'll help you to go online, Google, you know what I'm saying? And do a
Or
little bit
go
of
to the
research so
library.
you, or go to the
Go to the
library.
library.
Yes, yes, yeah. You know, we are always
Pick up
talking
a
about
book.
Googling. Pick up a book. Yes, that's
Pick
right.
up a
Because
book.
that's what I
Yes.
do.
Pick up
Right.
a book and go study
Right.
and go research.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
Yes. It'll help through the process. It'll
mhm.
help you. And you'll learn like a whole world of what else your body needs and what else you need to be doing if you just go and just take one little step.
Absolutely. And I had showed some B12 vitamins
Mm-hmm.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a supplement. Now, a lot of people, when they hear B12, they think of meat, red meat.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they think of. Now, for the vegans, there are plenty of supplements, actual foods that you can intake that contain B12. Let's speak about beans, legumes, spinach. Spinach is high in B12. Coconut oil, high in B12. I mean, coconut milk, high in B12. Did I say bananas? Bananas are high in B12.
Mm-hmm.
So there's fruits and there are vegetables that you can intake that are high in B12 to build your immune system. You don't have to eat meat to get that B12. So that's very important for those that need to know too. You spoke about what we put on our skin. you know Now let's speak
Mm-hmm.
about that, with our skin being the largest organ on our body. you know our
Mm-hmm.
skin, and
Right. That's
everything
right.
that comes in touch and comes in contact with our skin, we absorb, and that goes into our bloodstream.
Yes.
So
Yes,
you
it
have
does.
to
Yeah,
be
that's right. That's
careful
right.
on what you put on your skin. He's
Mm-hmm.
okay. Okay, we got do the knowledge radio on here, checking in. Do you see him?
Peace, peace, peace,
Yes,
peace.
praise God. All right, so
Knowledgeable and alive.
yeah, so like I was saying,
Peace and love.
I know he tuned in, but like I was saying, everything that we put on our skin enters our bloodstream. So that is why
Mm-hmm.
I make natural and organic healing products for the skin, and that's why Latanya does as well. Because everything,
Right. That's
I mean,
right.
everything that comes in contact with our skin, we absorb, and that can affect us
Yes.
mentally. It can
Yes, it
affect
can.
us physically when it comes to our heart
Right.
health
Right.
and so forth. So you have to be cautious of what you put on your skin, especially what you put in your hair. You know, that right there goes straight to the brain. So be careful what you put
Right.
in your
That's
hair.
right.
You know, um,
Right.
so
Right.
do you have something to say as far as that goes?
I wanted to say something, but
Yeah, yeah,
I was just gonna say, that's something that I focus on with one of my hair care oils is bringing the right things to the brain. So I have like brain food actually in my hair oils, because I know that, that's like you said, that's going straight to your brain. So I wanted to kind of put that extra touch of healing, you know what I mean, in there for people. So you guys, I have a hair oil called fenugreek, organic fenugreek flower blossom flowers growth oil, and it has brain food actually in it.
Mm-hmm.
It so just check it out. I'm not gonna tell all my ingredients, but it really does. It's
Right.
really, really, really
Don't do
good.
that.
But you definitely want to be careful about your head. And this is the one place we neglect when we think about care, because all of our products are filled with tons of toxins and chemicals. Everything.
Right.
They have words. If you read the ingredients, you can't even pronounce the words. Like, what are you putting in your head? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
What are you putting through what are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding your cells here? This is your crown area. So be careful, careful and mindful about what you use. You know what I mean? Read those
Right.
ingredients.
Right.
Make sure that they're simple. You know what I mean? Everything, things that are around you, non-GMO. You want to make sure that your hair care is organic also, if you can trust that, because you have GMO and you have chemicals also in herbs, because they spray them. They spray. You know what I mean? You
Mm-hmm.
have so you have to think about, excuse me, my words are getting twisted, everybody, excuse me, but
It's early.
this is coming through. You know what I mean? This has to come through. But so yes, yes, and they're spraying everything down. You know what I mean? So there are chemicals inside of herbs. So you want to make sure that you can find a trusted company, not just Take the Herbs, but any trusted company. Even the sister here, Fari, she has products. You know what I mean? There's
Mm-hmm.
and her products are all natural. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. Start being more mindful about our crown, because
Exactly.
that's really,
On
really,
your
really
head.
important. Right, right.
It's very important. And then you wonder why, like I was saying earlier on my business page, that these people wonder why they trip the way they trip. And I speak about
Right,
I was talking about women who wear the weaves in their hair. They put these weaves in their
right.
hair, and they're sitting there attaching it to their head. They're putting whatever the heck they be sticking up in their head, all that mousse and all that stuff,
I've
all
been there, done that.
attached to their
I've been there,
head
done that.
with like, and then
I've
they
been
wonder
there, done that. So
mood
right,
swings. Let's talk about the mood swings they be having. Mood swings.
right,
Um,
right.
so they want to call bipolar issues. The doctors want to say that these women are bipolar, whatever. But the mood swings,
Right.
the appetite changes, and so forth like that. It's what you're putting on your head that is attached to that on helmet that you're putting
Right,
on your head.
right,
That you
right.
attach
That's right.
to that wig.
Mm-hmm,
Glue. Why would you want to put glue on your head?
mm-hmm.
You know,
You're
like
closing your pores. Number
right,
one, you're sealing up
right.
your pores, number one. So not only are you breathing in oxygen, but your body is a living organism. Of course, if you're alive, and even then you'll still be, there'll still be a form of existence. But
Mm-hmm.
so your body is intaking the elements. Your body
Exactly.
needs the water, you know what I mean? It needs to feel the heat from the sun, which I need to get in the sun a little bit more. But and also the air, the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? So how can your brain, how can your head, how can your hair actually breathe if you have
Mm.
it constantly covered up? And I don't have anything against anybody that wear what you want to wear. That's your
But
choice.
they, but
If it
they need
makes
to
you happy, that's your
understand.
choice.
They have to
Right,
understand what's happening during that process while they're
right,
attaching that to their head and using
right.
that
It's
glue.
damaging.
And
It's it's
it's
very
very damaging.
damaging.
It's very damaging. And
Right,
it, like I said, heart health, brain health, just the mental and physical health, all in
right,
all, it's affected
right,
by that.
right.
So
That's
our
right.
women really need to be more cautious on what they're putting on their head, and the men that are gluing fake hair to their head. Men are doing the same thing. You
Right,
know,
right, right. I,
so
I saw it.
yes, I just seen
Right,
videos of men gluing some hair to their head, or
right,
they're spraying it on their head.
right. They be
So
looking good. And look, they
But
have
it's
some pictures. They
dangerous.
looking good too.
Yeah, it was a whole lot better
Leave
than
them
what they looked
alone
before. But
and make them
it's
feel
dangerous.
more confident. They can't grow hair. Excuse me, not knocking nobody for that. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. That was so
But wait,
ugly. But I'm just saying. I
but
apologize. That
but
excuse me.
but
Oh,
there's that was funny though. No, seriously, they can't grow hair because they don't want to grow the hair. There's ways to grow your hair. Even if you think
right,
your hair is not growing, you don't
right,
have to put glue and spray on your head. You just don't have
right.
to do
That's
that.
right. Right. You
You
can
don't
massage your scalp. Massage. Massage.
mm,
You need
peppermint oil.
blood circulation to the
And,
to the
and
scalp area. Massage that area. The men, you wear so many hats, so many caps around your head, do rags around your head, to where you're sealing off, you're cutting off all of your circulation to your brain. So that's why your
mm,
hair is not growing. That's just one of the reasons, not the main reason, but just to put that out there for you men that
yeah,
are watching. If you wear a lot of hats, caps, do rags, you might want to kind of lighten up on that. Massage your
mhm,
scalp at night and in the morning when you're washing your face and you're cleaning up and you're doing everything. Let that be a part of your routine. And then maybe you'll start to see like a little difference, a little change in your hair growth. So that's just something
right.
simple like that. Everybody, if can do, and it'll still be beneficial to you because it'll help relax you. So
And you know what? You brought up a certain herb called fenugreek, right?
hmm
Let's think about that powerful, powerful herb.
right.
Fenugreek, not only it, something else that helps with. I
hmm
thought and I contemplated many times on getting breast implants because I wasn't happy with my breast.
Oh
And
wow, no,
yes, it came to my mind numerous times, like, should I go do it? Should I go do it?
no,
I want them
no.
like, nah, I didn't do it though. I just never did it.
Right,
But guess
good. That's right.
that herb alone, if you can massage, especially when you get in the shower, when they're open, and you come out of the shower
Right.
and apply some fenugreek to your breast will plump it
hmm
up like you got
Right.
some implants in there, and it stays. You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? Fenugreek oil.
That's
That
right.
rub it on your skin. Rub it all up
Right.
in there. Um, Another thing with fenugreek that is good.
hmm
Fenugreek, eucalyptus, and peppermint. If you can create
hmm
a tea with those three, it kills mucus. And
hmm
that also helps with pneumonia and COVID-19. Okay?
Right.
Fenugreek
That's right.
is powerful when it comes to killing and destroying mucus and pain. And that's the same thing with the peppermint, the same thing with the eucalyptus. Put those three
hmm
together, formulate a tea, drink it. It will help
hmm
you. It's very, very beneficial to the body. All right, in the
Right.
immune system. So put those three
Right.
together,
That's right.
you're good to go. I'm trying to tell you.
Right.
Um, Now, I want another thing because I brought up this.
Oh, okay. Are we
I
here?
showed y'all this a little while right here. This is the silver
Okay.
biotics.
hmm
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay. So I
I
showed y'all
can.
the
I'm
silver
sorry.
biotics
Something
earlier.
happened. hmm
It's okay. So with that silver biotics, I want to also let you all know that it's also it can have adverse reactions to antibiotics. If you're on
hmm
antibiotics, you want to take that silver biotics either 2 hours before you eat or
hmm
4 hours after you eat. Don't take it during the process because you could have some type of adverse reactions from the silver biotics with your
Right.
antibiotics. So
Right.
that's just some advice and a tip for you right there, and make sure you eat with it as well. But 2 hours
Right.
before or 4 hours after.
Right.
Don't take it during the process of you having the antibiotics within your system. Um, I'm going to message you on FB. How to make some. All right. All right, thank you. Thank you. But yeah, this is just basically I wanted to bring her on the show so we can do this build on natural versus unnatural healing because
hmm
it's just very important for our people to know. Let me show you all how to find her again. There you go. Make sure
Takeoftheherbs.org.
y'all check her out.
Latanya
Make
Kefa's
sure y'all
Love
check her out.
on Facebook, on IG, Take of the Herbs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all check her out, follow her, check out her website, purchase from this queen, this sister. She is a small owned business, black owned business on top of that.
That's
And
right. Support, support,
yes,
support,
she
support.
needs your help just as much as you need our help. So we can help each other. Her products are not expensive. All right. There goes her website for you all. So take down her website. Make sure you check her out. And like she said earlier, she has all kind of goodies on her website, things that I don't offer. I don't do the oral care and all that stuff, like the gum and teeth and all that stuff. So you make sure you check her out. You know what? There's another herb I want to show y'all about. Talk to y'all about. It's activated
Charcoal.
charcoal.
Activated
Have y'all?
charcoal. Yes. That's amazing. That's an amazing, amazing, amazing one right there. Very
Yes,
beneficial. That one is like it's all around, you know, all around
yes,
the wheel
yes.
right there. That's a pretty good one. I'll share some of the benefits. It pulls um metals. It actually detoxifies metals from your system if you intake it internally. Um, so it'll help rid the body of metals in the body. It's really, 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 really good, and that's important for a million reasons, especially as you grow older. Because if you have metals in the body, the metals that can travel to the brain area, that can start to cause dementia or Alzheimer's. So that helps rid the body of certain metals. It detoxifies the blood. It's very detoxifying. It's it and if you think about it, being that we are melanated beings, think about this. It's melanated, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's melanated. You know what I mean? We are melanated
Mm-hmm.
beings. So guess what you're putting? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really, really good. Sis, I'll let you elaborate on it a
And
little more.
it is very good, like she said, for those things, especially since it is black, But let's get into other things that this activated charcoal is good for.
Mhm.
There are people who have IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. It helps with
Mhm. Right.
IBS.
Yes,
It
yes.
helps with gas. It helps
Mhm.
with gas. It helps with indigestion issues. It helps with this right here can slow it down, prevent it, stop it, depending on how
Mhm.
your body reacts to it, but it definitely will help. Another thing that the activated charcoal is good for is for itching. Those like people who have going through kidney dialysis, they
Mhm.
experience itching.
Mhm.
This helps with the itching from
It's
kidney
awesome. It's
dialysis.
amazing. Yes.
So if you're able to get a hold of some activated charcoal and you take a pill, it's going to stop the itching from kidney dialysis because
It's
kidney dialysis
awesome.
gives you side effects, you
Right. That's
know.
right.
So activated charcoal for that. Another thing that activated charcoal helps with is poisoning. If you're
Right.
poisoned by something, you can
That's
take
right.
activated charcoal and it cures the poison. It eliminates
That's
the
right.
poison. Drug
Right. It's
overdose.
amazing.
Yes,
Yes.
it's drug overdose. People who are overdosing on drugs. It doesn't matter
Yes.
what the drug is. Um,
Right. That's right.
activated charcoal helps with drug overdose.
Yes, it
So
does.
it's always good to have some activated charcoal on hand. Have this on hand. Have it in your home, and somewhere underneath your cabinet, by your bed, or something like that, because you never know
Right. Right.
you'll need. And if you don't believe what I'm saying, do the knowledge, do the research yourself. And I
Right. That's
suggest for
right.
you to do the research on everything that I said. Do the research on it, and you will see that I am
Yes.
absolute incorrect on what I am telling you. I'm not going to tell you something that is not correct. All right.
Right.
So
Right.
check it
And
out.
also do the research on what I said. Do the research. Do the research,
Yes,
and you'll see.
yes,
And then that'll open up
yes,
other books to other worlds of herbs that you need to take. You know what I mean?
yes.
Foods that you need to eat. things that you'll need to drink, things that you'll need to stop doing. Because if you're like clouding your system with bad things, you can put those herbs in all day and they will not be that effective. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
It's the truth. That's
So
the truth.
you have to think about like detoxing also. You know what I'm saying? Before let's say if you're the type of person that you've been on medications all of your life and you're just now thinking about, hey, I want to take that natural route. The first thing that you will want to do is, if you stop your medication slowly, you want to immediately start eating strawberries. You immediately want to start eating apples. You immediately want to start drinking more waters. Get rid of all the sugars, get rid of all the unrefined everything, get rid of all of the white everything. That goes for the breads, that goes for whatever that, you know what I mean, the sugars, the flour, the whatever it is. It's bad to the system. You want to detox.
Mhm.
Once you detox, then you begin slowly taking baby steps and start putting in your herbs into your system, because you have to get rid of the bad stuff. You can't just come with herbs and just pile it on top of, whatever you're taking, from the medical system. You have to get that out of your system. And even with herbs, I was just reading a couple of days ago, and even with like herbs in your system and minerals in your system, you want to detox from that too. You have to constantly,
Right.
you have to constantly detox the system of any and everything and replenish. You know what I'm saying? So that's very,
Hmm.
very important. So think about that also.
Uh-huh, I agree. There's someone on here that left a comment saying that hats don't cut off blood circulation to the head.
Okay. Okay. That's
Um,
fine.
so yeah. So
Okay.
what?
Okay. Think
Go
about
ahead.
this. Okay. You have your finger, right? I'm sure we've all been 7, 8 years old, right? You have your finger. We take a string, we tie it around our finger. Everybody, what happens? The finger turns purple, right? Okay, so what just happened? I cut off my circulation. So why wouldn't, if you wear a hat around your head that's tight, what makes you think that it won't slow down the circulation of the blood?
Hmm.
The hair
Hmm.
grows from the blood first. So if you have
Hmm.
slow circulation going on, you're going to have slow growth, because you have what's called a bulb, you have what's called a papilla. You know what I mean? And then you have what's called the cosmetologist. I'm sure some of y'all are out there. You know what I'm saying? So you all know what I'm saying. And that's what we're here for right now, to speak on it and to share this with you. So yes, uh, sister or brother, it does contribute to slowing down the circulation of the blood. It doesn't stop it completely. No, it doesn't, because you would be, your brain wouldn't function correctly. But it would be damaging over time if you do continue to do it. Yes, it will. Think about this, right? Your body is constantly growing. You know, your body is constantly contracting and extracting, constantly, whether you can see it or you notice it or not. That's why you notice at certain times that you look smaller, and then certain times you look bigger. It can even be like larger, even in like the day. You're like, wow, do I look bloated? Especially for us women. Well, if your body is constantly growing and developing, uh it doesn't stop, nothing's actually stops growing, then you're also, you're smothering and you're stunning your growth of whatever process that's being taken place in your body, in the dome area. So you have to think about that too. And no, I'm not a scientist, no, I'm not, but look it up. I'm sure it'll be able to be confirmed. So
And
yeah,
this
so
and the person said, just like your head wrap. Absolutely. That's why I don't wear this head wrap all the time.
yeah, that's right. And I'm a witness to it also, because
Absolutely. A head wrap
with the
does.
with the
Yes, a head
dreadlocks,
wrap.
with the lock,
Yes,
with
a head
the
wrap does slow down
yeah,
this.
I wear them. I
It
wear them.
slows down the
Yeah,
circulation.
and my edges will get thin when I wear them constantly, and I have to retreat my edges with my, I have to
Absolutely
retreat my
correct.
edges, because it will slow that process down.
And
that
that's
growth
why
happens.
another reason why they suggest for you to wear silk wraps on your head instead of
Right,
cotton. Like this is cotton.
right,
This is not, you should not wear this all the time on your
right,
head. You should
right. That's
not,
right.
because it will take your edges off. It can take off
Right,
the back of your neck, take line and everything. Hats are not tight. Like exactly. He's right. Hats are not tight like rubber bands, but there are some men who wear tight hats.
right, right. Exactly. And we're not talking about everybody. It's okay.
Yes,
We're not talking about,
yes.
but for
Some
those
men's
who we are
hats come
talking
right off
about, they
their
know who they
head.
are.
Some men's
You
hats come
know.
right off their head. They can just like take
Right, right. That depends on the style and the
it off,
person and
and
the
then
person. Right.
some men's have snug on their head. So, so yes, he's right about that. But that's just like the same thing with headbands. Back in the day, men wore sweatbands a lot. You remember the sweatbands on their
Right,
head? They were
right.
extremely
That's
tight.
right.
So yes, it depends on what you're putting on your head and how long you're wearing it on your head.
Right. That's
So
right.
that, that's the truth. So
Right. Because and also think about this, everybody. Think about this. And I'm only do you recall like seeing Africans, like even right now, or Egyptians with the different shaped skulls that they can form their heads based on what they wear and what they put around them and what they wrap around them. So you think about that. You can alter what your skull looks like by what you're actually wearing on your head. So what do you think that's doing to you? You
mhm.
know? If you can do something like that, you can literally you can literally wear something as you grow and develop and make your uh the form of your head look like a cone, literally, or you can actually shape it whichever way you want to. So it's actually doing something to the growth. It's doing something to the development. It's doing something to the structure. It's doing something to the circulation. Yes, it is.
And another thing, wearing like a wrap on your head like this, it also,
Hmm.
if you constantly wear something like this on your head, it can cause you to have dead ends, split ends and everything
Right, right,
on your hair. So it's not good to wear these thick cotton wraps on your head all the time, even though you see certain cultures that wear it on their head all the time. But I guarantee that when they go home and they take it off, eventually they're trimming their edges, because
right,
they
right.
get
That's right.
dead ends. It causes dead ends on your hair, and it can also
Right,
slow down the hair growth because the hair is unable to breathe underneath this thick wrap.
right.
So
That's right.
it's very important to take care of your head health,
That's right.
and understand
Definitely.
why your hair might be falling out or thinning. It's
Yeah,
what you're doing
definitely.
to yourself. So
Right, right.
yeah, so I think we done, because he felt like you was talking about him or something. I don't know, with the hat situation. I'm not sure.
Oh, that's okay.
But
That's
yeah,
okay.
it's
We're
not
not.
necessarily yeah, it's not necessarily hats in general. It's the
No,
tight
no.
hats, the tight
Right,
wrap,
right.
the tight
That's all
things
right.
that go on your head. So
Right. Well, sis,
yeah, yeah. So it
it
was
was
great having
great.
you
Yes,
on.
it
Yes, I was
was
just we
great.
just
It
had to
was
get
great.
onto that because I seen that comment. I want to make sure we addressed it so he knew that we was not talking specifically about a loose hat, or so forth.
Right. Because the family, my beautiful family is pulling up in the big tractor trailer. My babies, they're back. Shout out to my
All right, so
babies, Nafira, Sarah, and my king. They're on their way.
that's great. I'm glad that you came onto the show. I'm glad that you shared your knowledge with us. Everyone, they did tune in. We have people tuning in from YouTube, people tuning in from Facebook. So,
Thank you all
people
for
did,
tuning in. I love you. Thank you so,
yes,
so, so much. Please support the movement. Support the movement. And please take your health seriously, because you have people that are being sacrificed for your health. Dr. Sebi was a sacrificial lamb for us to do right. You know what I mean? I'm a sacrificial lamb. This sister's a sacrificial lamb. Anybody that's teaching the natural way of life, they are sacrificial lambs, because this is a threat to the
mm-hmm,
industry and it's a threat to society. But you have to get your health together. I'm
right,
here too. I'm talking about me too. Everything that I'm speaking on, everybody, I'm speaking to myself also, because I always
right.
say I am not perfect. And I'm cool with
None of
that.
us are.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Love yourself, and I love you. And thank you for all of your support and everybody that's here. Thank you, sis, for having me on. And
You're
you all have a blessed one.
welcome.
Peace and love. Peace and love.
And don't forget to check out her website, follow her on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. I showed y'all the links. I hope y'all wrote them down, and just holler at her.
Peace. I love you all. Peace and
And if
love.
you need any advice, any type of product, she got it for you. Okay.
Yes, we have
Peace.
it. We have it.
It's the scoop with Fari. Go out.